They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just Isupk sat in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
For murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just Isupk sat in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was design 5 for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Shalom, Israel. ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Since 1969, the Israelite School has been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that they are God's chosen people. Okay, and with being God's chosen people, you have a responsibility, you have an obligation, okay? There's something that comes along with that, okay? And basically is what comes along with that. You choose a father, the Most High chose you, so you ought to choose him, right? So what does that mean? That means you should be in his spirit. You should be in the mind frame of the power of the universe that chose Negroes to rule the earth. Okay? He didn't choose the Edomite to rule the earth. He didn't choose the Arabs to rule the earth. He didn't choose the Chinese people to rule the earth. He chose Negroes, right? He chose Negroes, Hispanics and Native Indians, lost 12 tribes. That's who he chose. And like, it's so crazy because he chose you. You went off. He could have said, F it, I'm going to choose somebody else. But he said, you know what? I'm still rolling with these Negroes. I'm going to still roll with them. So I'm going to give them another chance because I want to roll with them, right? And like that chance for us to come back is through Yahushua Christ, okay? He died. He was the sacrifice because we got a long history with the power of the universe. And our history is, part of our history is we loved breaking the law from the beginning. We would sacrifice a goat. We had a goat in the background before we even did what we knew we was going to do. We had already had the goat ready, okay? Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we loved breaking the law. But, you know, the Lord is with us. He chose us, and he wants us to serve him, okay? And that's just the truth. There's only one truth in the universe. There's only one truth in the third dimension, which is where we live. And the truth is the power of this universe chose Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, okay? So with him choosing us, we went off, and now we have a way to come back. But we have to want to come back. And let me touch on this. Let me say this, because I was thinking about this earlier today. I said to myself, I'm like, wow. Because the biggest thing with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is our self-esteem. If we didn't have low self-esteem, we wouldn't want to be like white people or Chinese people or East Indian people. We wouldn't want to be, Muslims or Buddhists or Christians or Baptists. We would want the truth of who we are and how to serve our power. We would want that. So just think about your life. We don't like to admit this, but it's reality. The life of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, our whole life is us. What's the word? We want to be like white people. We envy white people. We envy white lives. We envy Chinese lives. We envy Arab lives. We envy all of that. And we have low self-esteem. We have low self-esteem. And like, what you have to be totally honest with yourself. Okay, that low self-esteem that you went through your life experiencing, why would you want your children to experience that? Why would you want your children's children to experience that? Why would you want your children's children to experience the low self-esteem that you experienced in your life? Thinking that you're just not good enough. You're not as good as white people. You're not as good as Chinese people. You're not as good as the Arabs. You got to be serious and straight up and honest with yourself. This is how we feel as a nation. We're not as good as anybody else. That's why I'll give you the answer. That's why you want to be a Christian or a Buddhist or a Muslim and not a Hebrew Israelite. Because being a Hebrew Israelite means you're just a Negro. And you grew up being a Negro and you fell short. It's not the same experience as watching white people in their lives. Chinese people, East Indian people, Arab people. Everybody's got a better life than you, Negro, Hispanic, or Native Indian. Well, what all we got to understand is this. You are better than everybody else. You're just in timeout. You're just in a position, not because the white man put you there, not because the Chinese man put you there, or the Arab or the East Indian. You're in a position of humbleness because God put you there. For you to humble your goddamn self and realize what you should be doing, how you should be thinking, what you should be loving, all of that, okay? So that's what we teach in this school. Y'all give me 1 second. Okay. All right, we're back. Salakia, okay? So, this is the Tuesday ISUPK Florida Brotherhood class, right? So, what better brotherhood can I give you than self-esteem? Like, I love my brothers and sisters of my family, the family that the bloodline that I'm a part of, the bloodline that Christ is a part of, the bloodline of the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? And I want my family to be able to hold their heads up high and love who they are, even in their low estate. Now's the perfect time to love who you are. Because when you come, if you love who you are right now, just imagine how much you're going to love yourself when you come up out of this captivity, when you come up out of your punishment that God put you in. The white man did not put you in this captivity. So I think about it, sometimes, and I'm like, well, do people think about how this happened? How did black people end up in the ghetto? How did Hispanics end up in the barrios and the Native Indian people end up in the reservations in America or across the globe? It didn't just happen. Like it's not a phenomenon. Like it just didn't happen out of nowhere. There was a process. You was brought over here. Black people, Hispanic people, and Native Indian people, you were either brought over here or you was here already and you was taken somewhere else but there is a nation of people that has perpetuated your condition. And the condition I'm talking about is the condition of you being vulnerable because your power wasn't with you. Your power, your God is not with you. They know it, so now they take advantage of you. And they perpetuate it by giving you Christianity or Buddhism or Muslim, but they never tell you that you are God's chosen people. A Chinese man will never tell you that. An East Indian man will never tell you that. An Arab will never tell you that. A Caucasian will never tell you that, because that will give you self-esteem. They said, look, you're God's chosen people. You would be like, holy, what the, who? Me? I'm good. I'm God's chosen. God loves me over you. They will never tell you that, because that will give you self-esteem to live better and stop smoking weed. Stop being a goddamn stripper or whore. Stop thinking you can't stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. If somebody told you was God, if the white man came out and told you you was God's chosen people, you'd be like, holy shit. Then you would listen and be like, okay, what do I have to do? But me sitting here, just another Israelite, and I tell you you're God's chosen people, you're like, this brother is tripping. Where did he get that from? Why are you saying that? White power, white love, white success. That's all we know and love. When we should know and love blackness, Hispanicness, Native Indianness. We should know and love that. And I'm here to tell you that's where it's at. That's what's up. That's it. That's the truth. That black people are God's chosen people. Black people should have the best self-esteem on the planet. Because even if you are a king's son or daughter and he ostracized you, just imagine that. He says, you know what? I ain't dealing with you. I'm mad at you. Get the heck out of the palace. Go live among the heathens. And you was out there living among the heathens. Just as a regular person, you didn't tell them who you were. They make movies like this. But anyway. And then all of a sudden, you talking to this other little peasant, and you be like, yeah, you know, the king's my daddy. He just threw, you know, he mad at me right now. But, you know, at any moment, I can just go back and, you know, do what the hell he's saying. I'm good to go. They're going to be like, holy crap, you are who? And they're going to, even in your low estate, they'll serve you. They'll treat you like royalty. That's what we should be doing in our low estate right now. We should be coming out our houses, coming out when you go to work, when you go to school, hold your head up high. Say, yeah, you know, I'm God's chosen people. I know it seems like, you know, I'm in a bad position right now, but, you know, at any moment, things going to change around because, you know, we about to come back. We about to serve the Lord. We about to go ahead and go and serve our Father again, the way, you know, he wanted us to. And, you know, he's going to give us rulership of the earth. And we about to be on top again. So, you know, just hold tight. You know what I mean? To be continued. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, okay, okay, but listen, I'm God's chosen. I'm it. I'm that thing. It's me. And now that I know, I'm going to carry myself like such. I'm not going to, do certain things because I know who I am. You know what I mean? So you look at who? The people over there in, what is that, England? The princes and the whoever they got over there. The old lady died, right? But those people that come in her bloodline, they carry themselves a certain way. And when they don't, the queen herself will disown you. You married a Negro? You married one of them Israelites? We're going to have to cut you off for a little while. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean he ain't in the bloodline. It's because of the blood. You know what I'm saying? It's the bloodline. Okay? So, that's the thing. We have to know who we are and carry ourselves as such. Okay? We have to know who we are and carry ourselves as such. And all I'm trying to do is give Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians some self-esteem. Okay? So we'll read a few scriptures, okay, to go ahead and back up what we're saying, okay? Because we need this as Black people, Hispanic and Native Indian people. We need this. We need to be able to look at Negroes. We need to be able to look at ourselves and say that's the stuff. No matter how far we get or what we do in white society, we still don't look at ourselves as like you looking at LeBron James. Don't bring that home for you when you are, you know what I mean, a poor little kid in elementary school or middle school or high school. Just because LeBron James made it, shit, you poor and this, that, and the third, and you can't even, you don't even have a comb to comb your hair with. You can't even buy, a nice pair of sneakers to go out to physical education. All these things. We jammed up. And it's messing with our self-esteem. It's messing with who we are. It's messing with how we carry ourselves in the earth. Not being able to hold your head up. Okay? Being the slave. Like, any Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian know in their heart who they are. They're the slaves. Descendants of slaves. But they don't want to address it. They don't want to walk through schools and say, hey, yo. Right here, dog. My people came over here on slave ships, yeah. We came over here on slave ships. So, and what? We don't want to deal with that. We be like, no, on slave ships? No. Did that happen? No. So, see, what really happened is, we came over here as migrants, and, that's what the white people giving you now, a good excuse to not be who you are. Yeah, we came over here as migrants. We was looking for work. You know what I mean? We still look for work. 500-600 years later, we still look for work. We'll work any job you got. We'll be on the construction site. We'll clean the toilets. We'll do whatever you want us to do. Just accept us. You know what? Forget that. You ain't got to accept me. I am who I am. The position is there. They need you to clean their goddamn toilets, to lay the bricks and patch the roofs and all that. You ain't got to look for acceptance to do that crap. They need you to do it. So, we got to we have to have more self-esteem about who we are. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is to accept who you are. Find out who you are. Find out your records and, you know what I mean, your forefathers, this, that, and the third. Because they don't want you to know Moses was your forefather. Jeremiah, Isaac, Jacob, all the way to Yahushua. They don't want you to know that. Because if you know that, then, you know, okay, well, game over. Now these niggas is not going to kiss my butt. Yeah, they might work the job. You know what I'm saying? They might do this, that, and the third to take the money there, you know, and create their own economy, just like the Chinese people do and everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? So it's to me, this is just one of the things. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we gotta up our self-esteem, not in a way of, oh, I got a new car, now I got self-esteem, or, you know, I got a Gucci belt, now I got self-esteem. No, just guess what? I'm an Israelite. I got self-esteem. Yeah, I know I'm jammed up right now. You know, I know my daddy threw me out of the palace for now, but all I got to do is, you know, get my stuff together, and I'm back in rulership. I'm back in the palace. I'm back on top, and that's what you know what I mean. That's brotherhood for me to tell you that, because this is the brotherhood class. That's brotherhood for me to tell you all you need is some self-esteem to get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to read a couple of scriptures on that, you know, remembering who you are so you can have that self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we back. Salakia. Okay. So, like I was saying, self-esteem for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's what we need. That's, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing better than some self-esteem to get the engine running. You know what I'm saying? To get the engine running. Okay, don't be ashamed of who you are. You know what I mean? Because who you are is the most wonderful thing on the earth. So what? You know what I mean? You messed up. Face it. Fix it. You messed up. Fix it now. You know what I mean? Fix it. You messed up. You made a mistake. You made a mistake. You know what I mean? Bad decision. Okay? Fix it. Don't run away from who you are. Fix it. Don't run away from who you are. Face who you are. Man up, woman up, and fix it. Come back and serve your father. Mend the relationship. How do you mend the relationship? You come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay? You remember what you're supposed to be doing. You forgot for a second. Now it's time to remember and come back to it. Okay? Mend the relationship. Fix it. Get back in your spot. Okay? Give me 1 second. Let me look at the chat if I could see what's going on. First of all, let me just go ahead and salute everybody. For the brothers, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Brakatham. The sisters, Yahweh Shemal Athah Ba'Shem Yahushua. Okay. So we got Cult Princess. Okay. She in the class. Okay. As usual. Crystal Morris in the class, as usual. Okay. These sisters and brothers and sisters willing to find out how do I change my life? What do I do? What's the spirit I'm supposed to be in? That's what these classes are all about, okay? To help you figure out how you're supposed to be operating in the earth. Okay? Shaya Ra. Okay, Lewis, Most High in Christ, young man Lewis. Bruni. Okay. I can't even. Chanak. Okay, that's Yahweh Trooper Shanak. Okay, Most High in Christ. See, Most High in Christ. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatah. All right. So again, this is the ISUPK Florida class. You know, if you just in the background watching and listening, you knew or whatever. We teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that they are God's chosen people. That we are the people on the earth that are supposed to rule the earth. We're supposed to be in that rulership position. And the only reason we're not is because we went against our father. We messed up the relationship, okay? We didn't keep our part of the covenant we went into as a, servant and a, God. Okay? God gave us the service. He only chose us to do the service of his will. Okay? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And what I was bringing out was, it's so crazy. If you don't know that, you already got self-esteem issues. So now if you know who you are, you have to own it. Okay, you have to own it. Don't dance around it, own it. Okay? And come back to your power. Mend the relationship. Begin to keep your part of the covenant. Okay? That's how you get out of punishment. That's how you get out of time out. Negroes are in time out right now from enjoying and being glorious. Like we look at this shit, the little trinkets that the white man give us today, we look at that as wonderful. When that ain't crap, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's garbage. Let the white man have his Mercedes and Volvos and whatever other automobile he wants to create. Teslas, whatever. You can have that junk. Because when I get into rulership, when my pops get me back in power, Negro, we're going to be rolling in chariots. We're going to be rolling in chariots, man. We're going to be zooming in the atmosphere. We're going to be here one moment, we'll be over there the next moment. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna create it. You know what I mean? We are limited in what we can create and do in this earth today because we're not in rulership. Okay? But as rulers of the earth, and being God's chosen people, it's gonna be unlimited to what we can do. Okay? So you need to let him have this little, you know, he's like a cardboard box show he's doing. You know what I mean? Like, this is nothing compared to how we're gonna do the earth. You know what I mean? When we run the earth, it's gonna be wonderful. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be mad niggerish. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up and down. It's gonna be glorious. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be able to see it from, you know, we're gonna have some junk in the sky. You know what I mean? Like, just there all the time. You can look up and see it. Niggas running the earth. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna put a big giant sign in the atmosphere that say, lost 12 tribes. It'll be blinking and everything. It'll look like the moon. You know, that's how we gonna roll. That's how Negroes roll. That's how we do things. You know what I mean? So we just gotta own who we are, come back and serve our Father, and we'll get that kind of rulership. We'll get that kind of, authority to do what the heck we want to do in the earth, in the atmosphere, in the universe, okay? But first, you got to know who you are. So to know who you are is like remembering good and bad. The good and bad. You got to remember you was hung on trees. Why? Because you went against your father. You got to remember you was the ruler when King David ran the earth. Why? Because the Most High chose you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's everything. You have to remember your whole history, not just part of it, okay? Not just what the Edomites give you or the Chinese people or the stinking piss-drinking Africans give you. You know what I'm saying? They are the worst, the piss-drinking Africans, because you tried to like escape that hell, right? You know your father kicked you out of the house and you out there among the peasants, and then this piss-drinking African, stinking, I don't know, doodle-eating brother, sucker, pointed you out to everybody. Here we go. They over here. Here they go. They're the worst. And then they come over here and want to assimilate themselves with us just to profit and still like don't give you any of it. You know what I'm saying? They're the worst. Africans, Nigerians, Ethiopians, all of them dark, desert, piss drinking, doodle eating, they're the worst. Okay? The Caucasian race is even worse. The Arabs are even worse, but they're all horrible. But don't leave out them stinking Africans, okay? They got a special, destruction coming for what they did to us, And even today, they want to pretend like they're you just to make money and then turn around and say you ain't shit. Like, what's that guy's name? Akon, that dog of, a human being. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Let's go to a scripture. Okay. Let's go to a scripture. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Chapter 32 and verse 7. Okay. Let's read about it in the Bible. These records that our power gave us and left for us. Okay. And this is where we need to be at with it. Okay. We got to remember who we are and own it, love it. Okay. And accept it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, make it wonderful. Something that looks horrible. And this is what Negroes are famous for. We're famous for taking something that looks horrible and make it wonderful. You know what I'm saying? In certain aspects, you know what I mean? In certain aspects of our destruction, we'll take anything and shine in it. You know what I mean? And everybody want to be like us because the Lord chose us. We just have to take it all the way there. We got to take it all the way there. Love niggerism. That's ultimate brotherhood. Loving niggerism. Not loving Caucasian society, okay, or Moab society. Love Negro society. Love the world of the Negroes, okay? Love the world that God loved, that he gave his only begotten son. The world of Negroes ruling the universe. You imagine that? I want a spaceship where I can just go to the Milky Way, take my red, right? Hey, baby, we going to the Milky Way tonight. I'm gonna show you the whole thing, okay? I'm gonna give you a tour. Boom, we go to the Milky Way in my chariot. You know what I mean? We stop for a second and just float. You know what I mean? I want to do all that. I want to rule the universe. Okay? I want to rule the universe. Me and my red riding, looking at the goddamn Milky Way. Okay? And the Lord will give it to us. We just gotta love him. We gotta love him. We gotta love our power. How do you love the God of the universe? Do what the hell he say. It's that easy. It's simple. It's so goddamn simple, man. And everybody wants to make it complicated. Just do what God say. Don't do what, this world say. Don't do what the Edomites say. Don't be homosexual and say it's an alternative lifestyle. Do what God say and know that that's an abomination. Okay? Do what God say and not eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. And not do what the white man say and say, pork is the other white meat. Or shrimp, crab, and lobster is a delicacy. Do what God say, and you will run the goddamn universe. How wonderful could that be, man? We short selling ourselves. We short selling ourselves, man. We can have so much more than what we got. Forget what the white man, the trinkets he giving us, a welfare check. Yeah, I want like a forget a welfare check. Give me a voucher to go to the Milky Way in a chariot and come back. You know what I mean? So like you, sir, I've been serving, I did everything. Yeah. Can I get a voucher for that? You know what I mean? Like, just go look at the Milky Way up close and then come back. Most time, the water, sir. You know what I mean? Go home. Baby, we going to the Milky Way. It's happening. It's going down. Why? Because I serve the God of the goddamn universe the way he wanted me to serve him. That easy. Just not eating what he told me not to eat. and eating what he told me to eat, not sleeping with whoever he told me I can't sleep with, not celebrating days he told me not to celebrate, and celebrate the days like the Passover, April 1st, Raleigh, North Carolina, like he told me to. Just by being obedient to my father, I get to go and jump in a chariot. You think these merry-go-rounds or these theme park rides or something? Listen, we jumping in chariots and going and looking at the Milky Way. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing. Why? Because we serve the nigga God. You know what I'm saying? The nigga God is who we serve. Okay? So let's go to Deuteronomy. All right, we back in the house. God darn it. All right, so let's go to Deuteronomy 32:7. Okay. And listen, this is just what I've been saying the whole time. You know what I mean? We'll read it, but you can't forget who you are, man. I don't care what your condition is. You know what I mean? Look at the condition of any other race on the earth. They don't forget who they are. You know what I mean? Like, they hold fast to that. And they fight and struggle until they can bring who they are out of the dust and up to the top. You know what I'm saying? But Negroes don't want to do that. We just want to say, you know what? What you want me to be, white man? What you want me to be, Chinese man, East Indian? What do you want me to be? And I'll be that. Well, forget that. Go find out who you are. Pick that junk up out of the dust and raise it up to the top. To the top. Okay? That's what we should be doing. Fighting, it's a race. Okay? You have a race. And part of that race is trying to be on top. Every other nation gets it. The Chinese man is racing to be on top. The East Indian man is racing to be on top. Everybody's racing to be on top except black people. We just want to be equal to everybody else. No, I don't need to rule the earth. I just need to be equal with the Chinese man. Let me be equal with him. Let me be equal with the East Indian man. Can I just be equal? Well, no, you can't. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, because they're not going to let you be equal to them. They're either over you or they're below you. That's how they see it. And that's how you should see it, okay? That's how you should see it. All right, so let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. chapter 32 and verse 7. Okay. Okay. Verse 30, Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Okay. Remember, okay, so I'm in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 7. Remember the days of old. Okay. Consider the years of many generations. That's something we don't do. Like, we don't think about, we don't even want to address 200 or 300 years ago. Much less, what we just read. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. We don't even want to consider 2 generations ago when we was hanging on trees. Okay, so maybe it was, 4 generations. Niggas don't live that long. 5 generations, I don't know. We don't live that long. But we were just hanging on trees like crazy just 5 minutes ago. And we don't consider that. We don't want to think about it. We don't want to talk about it. You don't want your children right now today to go to school and say, you know what? My great grandmama, granddaddy was hung on a tree. But that's you. Like, to say that part is to be able to say at the same time, they was hung on trees because we went against the God of the universe. We're the chosen people of God. We messed up. So you see the situation I'm in right now? Susie or Becky or Billy or Bob. The only reason I'm in this condition right now is because my people went against the God of the universe. But guess what? Don't sweat it, Bob. The earth is going to be perfect and wonderful in just a couple minutes because I'm going to go and find all my people and get them to serve our God again. Just hold on, Bob. Just stay where the hell you at. Ride in your Lexus, do your thing. I'm going to go out here on the street corner and raise up my people so the earth can be wonderful again. Because your people is doing a horrible job at it. Okay? Your people are terrorists to everybody on the earth, even the goddamn animals. White people are terrorists to animals and trees and the ozone layer. They're horrible people. Don't sweat it, though. I'm going to go and wake up my people, and we're going to make the earth wonderful again. Okay? That's where we should be at. That's what we should be doing. Instead of hiding, instead of tucking your head in and not trying to, say and know who you are. Nigga, we came over here on slave ships. And what? Why do you think we came over here on slave ships? Because we're wonderful and we're great. And the power of the universe put us in time out and put us under you to teach us a lesson. That the earth should never be given into your hands. So now I'm going to go and raise up my people and make the earth wonderful again. The universe, I'm going to save everything. Don't worry, white people. We're going to make everything wonderful and great. Just hold tight. That's what we should be. That's what we should be doing. That's what we should be saying. Okay? We should remember how we got in this condition. Why we're in the condition we're in. Instead of falling away from it and trying not to, address it. Address the problem, Negro. Address the problem. That is the problem because we don't want to address the problem. We don't want to come out and tell everybody, yes, this is what it is. We rather duck and hide and be a good servant Well, forget that. I'm not putting on a suit and tie and being a good servant to the troglodyte, okay? I'm going to go and raise up my people so we can ride in chariots and go and visit the Milky Way. Okay? Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee. Right here. That's me. Ask me, and I'm going to tell you who you are. I'm going to get you together. I'm going to get you right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we need to be doing. Okay? That's what we should be able to do. But instead, today in 2022, the mass majority of our people don't want to, they don't even know, much less want to, they don't even know, like, their history. They believe in white Jesus. They don't even know, you know what I mean? We came over here on cargo slave ships, and why we came over here on cargo slave ships. That's why they want to be equal to everybody instead of ruling like Deuteronomy chapter 27 say. We're supposed to rule over every other nation on the earth. Okay? That's what we should aspire to. But instead, we've been whipped, raped, robbed, murdered, assaulted, terrorized. All these things have happened to us by the Caucasian race, the East Indians, the Chinese people, the Africans, the Arabs. They have all had a hand in our destruction. And it's up to you, Negro, Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man, woman, to get us out of this condition. And it's not hard. All we have to do is serve our God. All we have to do is come back and keep the laws of the generations of your forefathers. What was given to you from the beginning, since Adam. This is what was given to you, okay? We got to come back to that. This is what we got to come back to, okay? This is how it's going to happen. No other way. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians serving the God of the universe the way he wants to be served is the only way that the earth is going to be okay. So yeah. If I could, Crystal Morris, no sound. Man, my sound's jammed up. Can you hear me now? Somebody type in the text. I'm talking right now. Let me know if you can hear me. Do I need to do something? Do I need to adjust something? Hold on. Let me see if I can adjust something here. Hold on. Oh, yeah. All right, hold on. Mic check, mic check. Okay. Hopefully we're good to go. Can you hear me? Oh, shit. Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. Okay. So with the water to all you brothers and sisters, you know what I mean, helping get me right. I appreciate it. Cause I don't want no hang-ups. You know what I mean? I want to give it to the oppressor the way he deserves for it to be given it to him. And also I want to help get my brothers and sisters right. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get right. We got to man up. We got to woman up and take it. You know what I mean? Like, we can't run away from this thing. We cannot run away from this thing. You are who you are. That's your history. But your history is wonderful and great. Like, so what? You know what I mean? Like, listen, I'll tell y'all, you know, I grew up down south. You know what I'm saying? So, like, down south, down here, your mama and your daddy, they'll tell you get the hell out their house real quick until you get your stuff together. So you got to come back and be like, all right, you know, I'll wash the dishes, I'll do it, I'll do that, I'll take out the trash, I'll do, just, you know, let me back in the house. So that's where we at, you know what I mean? Like, we got to come back to our Father, our power, and say, listen, I'll keep the Passover. I'll keep the Sabbath. I'll keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep the Day of Atonement. You know, I won't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. I'm going to do what you want me to do so I can get back in the house. You know what I'm saying? That house is the earth for us. This earth, we being on top in rulership, that's the house we should be living in as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, okay? No sign Christ. The water to all y'all brothers and sisters, okay? For allowing me to, you know, sit here and tell you about what's going on, okay? So Deuteronomy chapter 32:7, remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations, not just your mama who told you, you know, the law was done away with, but many generations, all the way back to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all them brothers. Consider that. Consider King David. Consider your history. Consider all of that, man. You know what I mean? Consider it and make the decision to live up to it. Your bloodline, your family history. Okay? And it says, listen, ask thy father, and he shall show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. Okay? The elders today is Commanding General Yohana, General Mahaiman, all the generals, captains, officers, okay, that will tell you who you are, will tell you what you're supposed to be doing, will give you the history of your life. You know what I'm saying? That the Edomites won't give you, that the Arabs won't give you, the stinking piss drinking Africans won't give you. You know what I'm saying? Them goddamn, man, I am on fire right now about them damn Africans. You know what I'm saying? What they doing to our people. Assimilating themselves to us, eating off us, and then turn around and stabbing us in the back, selling us out. But whenever it's good for them, we all black people. We got to stick together. Listen, I would never stick next to a stinking, piss-drinking African for the rest of my life. Now that I know the truth, okay? And that's that. So let's drop that one. Let's go to Job. Let's go to Job chapter 7, verse 8. Job 7 and 8. All right, let's go to Job 7 and 8. And see how we can learn off of one of our elders, our forefathers, right? Job chapter 7 and verse 8. This is what it says. The eye of him that have seen me shall see me no more. Thine eyes are upon me, and I am not. That's heaviest. Boy, that's heavy. That is, man, that's what we talking about. Like, we don't see Jeremiah no more. We don't see Ezekiel no more. We don't see Adam no more. We don't see Joseph no more. We don't see Abraham no more. But your eyes upon me. I am Joseph. I am Abraham. I'm from that bloodline. But you don't even see that no more. You don't see who we are. You don't see what we've been through. You don't see what we came from. All you see is now and today. What the Edomite can give you. How you can be a good, perfect slave and work hard in his economy and get a trinket. That's all you see. But your eyes up on me and you don't see your history. You don't see, you know what I'm saying, what we've been through, where we come from. You don't see that. All you see is right now, today. I promise you, man, this situation we in, it really vexes me. It vexes me a lot that Negroes don't want to be who they are. They don't want to be Jacob. They don't want to be Isaac, Abraham, Jeremiah. They want to be a good slave. They want to get a crumb off the table from the Edomite or the Arab or the East Indian or the piss-drinking African, whoever. But you don't want to see your past, your culture. You don't want to see that. Okay, you don't want to see that. You just want what you want right now today. You want some marijuana, some crack, some heroin, some good tail off a stripper pole. You want to be a whore. You want to cheat on your old man. We want all these things that Esau tells us is okay. You want to be gay. You want to, you know what I mean, do drugs. Eat whatever you want to eat. You see what's right in front of you. You don't see your forefathers. You don't see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But they're right in front of you. But you don't see it. This is very, very frustrating. We gotta come up out of this crap, man. We gotta love Negroes again. Love your forefathers again. So what? You had to go into slavery. So what? He messed up. So what? He's in punishment right now Because of him, you're in punishment right now. Well, fix it. Come back to the Father and fix it. Mend the relationship. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Make your house whole again. Okay? Instead of serving another house, another family, serve this house. Serve Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember them. Remember King David. Remember Joseph. Remember where you come from. Remember your history. This Bible is just a history. It's a long story of what Negroes, Hispanic, and Native Indians, what they started out as. You started out as just Adam. Then Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joshua, Ezekiel. That's our history, man. You should remember that. That should be wonderful to you. It should be holy, separate. You shouldn't want to share it with nobody else. You shouldn't want to say that anybody can be saved, because anybody can't be saved. If that's the case, why are you the only ones in the goddamn ghetto? If this was for everybody, if the punishments because you get the punishments along with the reward. So why are we Negroes, Hispanic, and Native Indians the only ones getting the punishment right now? Because it's not for everybody. The punishments is not for everybody. And guess what? If you come back to your power, the reward is not for everybody. It's only for you, your bloodline, your forefathers, where you come from. That's what you should remember. That's what you should strive for. It's not for everybody. It's only for you, Negro, Native Indian, Hispanic. It's only for you. But you got to claim it. You got to go ahead and claim it. And that just takes a little work. A little bit more work than just kissing the white man's ass. Okay? The work that this is going to take takes a little bit more than just kissing the white man's behind and getting, a couple of dollars right now. Because you don't have to kiss his behind to get a couple of dollars right now. All you got to do is just go to the goddamn job, do the job, and come home. You don't have to be a butt kisser. Just go to the job, do the job, bring the money home, and support your family and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You're going to listen, whether you are a butt kisser or not, you're going to get a paycheck. So don't be a butt kisser. Okay? Just be loyal to your God. Do that. And that's brotherhood. Because not only are you doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your mama, who don't know no better, your daddy, who don't know no better, your brothers and sisters who don't know no better, your aunties and uncles who don't know no better. You're doing it for them. You're sacrificing and doing the hard work for them. So do it. Teach them. Be the example that they can watch and follow. Do it for your children. Why would any African American, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, or anybody who grew up in this society as a child and felt that self-esteem issue, why would you want your kids to go through that? Why would you not want them to walk around with their heads up high and be wonderful and great? Why would you want them to be like this and be inferior to a people that is nothing? When all you got to do is teach them about your forefathers. Teach them about Ezekiel, Jeremiah. Teach them about King David, Yahushua. And let them know that's their bloodline. That's their people. Give them some self-esteem. Teach them, listen, Own who you are. Yeah, listen. Okay. You watch sports. I've watched many sports games, and it look like this team is done. They're done. Why? I've said to myself, why are they even continuing this game? Why are we still playing? Why don't they just stop the game? But guess what? That team actually can come back and win. And that's Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It looked like we lost. We look like we lost the game, though. Look like it's over. Why are y'all even fighting? Why are Negroes talking about they're great? Because we are, and we're gonna play hard. We're gonna play hard and serve our God, and we're gonna win. That's where we should be at. Teach your kids to play hard. Keep these laws hard. Love God hard. And we're going to come out winners. The game is not over. I tell this, it always blew my mind. For a lot of people, if you actually believe the Bible, you read the Bible, you believe it. The ultimate thing of the Bible is for Jesus Christ to return. Jesus Christ to return, and when he returns, that's the game change, right? Well, God darn, Christ has not returned yet. Like, ask anybody, has Christ returned? Ask anybody, has Christ returned? Game's not over yet. You should still be in the game. Get back in the game, Negro. Get back on the court. Get back on the field. The game's not over. Christ hasn't returned yet. Get back in the game. The game is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians keeping the law, statutes, and commandments and winning. Christ is not returned. If you read this book and you love this book, you're waiting for Jesus Christ to return. Well, he hasn't returned yet. So you got to play hard right now. You got to play hard. You can't be on the sideline. You got to get in the game. The game is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians knowing who their team is and the rules of their team and how to play for that team. You listen, we'll teach you how to play for your team. And playing for your team is just keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Teaching your children the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the playbook. That's our playbook. That's our playbook. That's how we're going to win the game. By following the playbook. This is the playbook right here. The Bible is our playbook. We follow these laws, statutes, commandments, and we win. Christ returns. You know what I'm saying? We get the slam dunk. You know what I mean? Like one of them amazing dunks when you twirl in the air 2 or 3 times and slam it backwards. That's wonderful. That's our destiny. But first, we got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, okay? So let's stay in this book. Let's go to Job 18:8. Job 18:8. Job, the book of Job, chapter 18 and verse 8. Okay. So we have to remember where we come from, why we're in this condition. And if we don't remember that, we won't understand the Bible. We won't understand this book. If you don't remember who you are and your condition and why you're in the condition and what's going on with you, if you don't remember, then you'll be dismayed. You'll be like, why am I in the condition? Well, this Bible is going to tell you why you're in the condition that you're in. Okay? So the book of Job, chapter 18 and verse 8. Okay. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. So this is telling blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians why we're in the condition we're in. We didn't get put in timeout or punishment or in slavery, whatever you want to call it. We didn't get in this condition because the white man wanted us to be on, his servants. No. We stopped keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. We stopped serving our power. Okay? So basically it's saying we did this to ourselves. So now, you went against your God. He put you in timeout. He put you in, you know what I mean? Okay. For he is cast into a net by his own foot. Now, so I'm gonna go into what Officer Kazak was. He said, "Who's the he?" Last night he kept saying, "Who's the he? Who's the he?" Okay, so right here in this scripture, who's the he? The he is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, cast into a net by his own foot, by your own doing. Like there's traps, there's nets set all over here on this side because you want to smoke weed, be gay, eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, you know what I'm saying? Alternative lifestyle, whatever, all these things, it's over here. The law, statutes, and commandments is over here. Rulership. Nice, open, clear field. You can just walk up and down it like when the Lord blessed Adam. Okay, he put Adam in the heaven. He put Adam in the Garden of Eden. Okay, that's what this side is. But you walk, your own feet, you left the Garden of Eden and you went over here and start celebrating Christmas, smoking weed, eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. So now you jammed up. Now you getting hung on trees. You're getting shot in the street 50, 60 times by the police. You did that. You walked into that net because your God gave you rules. He gave you law, statutes, commandments. You keep the law, you get the Garden of Eden. You don't keep the law, statutes, commandments, now you got to till the earth. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to be under a no people. Okay? That's what happened to us. But listen, that's history. It's okay. There's a way out. There's a way out. You can come up out of this field with snares and nets and get back over into the Garden of Eden. All you got to do is keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Come back over here. Walk a certain way. Live a certain way. Talk a certain way. You go against that, then you're going to be over here. You're going to get, you know what I'm saying, AIDS. You're going to get diabetes, diabetes, heart disease, shot in the street by police. You're going to get all these things by your own feet. You're going to walk over there and do that when you should stay over here and walk in the way of the Most High. Okay? That's what you should be doing as a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. And that's how you get out of the nets, okay? That's how you get out of the snares, by following your forefathers, the ones that kept the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? That's where we need to be with it, okay? That's what we need to be doing, okay? And me telling you this is love and brotherhood, because there's no other way out than these laws, statutes, and commandments. There's no other way out of the landfill or the minefield of these punishments than keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. There's no other way out. I love Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I'm being a good brother by telling you where you're going off at and what you need to do. I'm trying to be a brother. Trying to be a good brother, that's all. Your oppressor will not do this. The Edomites will not tell you that you need to follow your God, the nigger God. The Chinese people will not tell you that you need to follow the nigger God. The Africans won't tell you you need to follow the nigger God instead of the cow piss drinking, doodle eating God. They won't tell you that. Nobody on the earth is going to tell you what I'm telling you. This is brotherhood. This is love for Black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the slaves, the people that God chose. This is brotherhood. This is love, what I'm doing right now. Telling you to give your children self-esteem so they don't have to live the way you did. You should love them enough to do it. Change your life. Stop smoking crack. Stop smoking cigarettes and Black and Milds and weed. Stop doing that crap. Stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You have to keep all the laws. You can't just keep not eat pork and still smoke Black and Milds and think you're better than somebody. You're kidding yourself. You're joking yourself. Okay? You have to keep all the laws. And it's a fight. It's a struggle. And that's what this brotherhood is about. You call me, you call any other brother that is in your zone, that is available to you, as we all are, and you tell them what you're dealing with. I got a problem smoking cigarettes. Pork, I don't eat that. But these cigarettes, they keep calling my name. And we'll figure out a way to get you off the cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? It's all about this brotherhood, the love that we have for one another to want us to do better. I love you so much. I want to see you on top. I want to see you rule the earth. But there's a thing you got to do. There's a process you got to go through. It's not just a hooky, a magical thing where you just say you love God and now, you know what I mean, you're on top. No. There's a thing he wants you to do. This is the third dimension we live in. This is a physical realm we live in. There's things that need to be done. Not just said, but done. Okay? And that's the way it's always been, even since Adam. Okay? There's a thing you got to do. Okay? And that's following these laws, statutes, and commandments to get out of these snares and nets that we're in right now, because we all caught up. We are all caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're in this Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And now all we do is see all our brothers and sisters out there caught up in these minefields full of nets and snares. And we're trying to guide them out of it. Do this. Don't smoke that. Don't eat that. We're trying to get you out of this goddamn minefield full of snares and nets. Just listen to what I'm telling you, okay? And you'll get out of being racially, profiled. You're still going to be racially profiled, but you'll know how to deal with it. You'll know how to conduct yourself. You'll know how to carry yourself. You'll know how to talk. You'll know how to do things, you know what I'm saying? That they don't look at you as just, an average slave. You'll be like, oh, this brother or sister knows how to carry themselves. They know what to do and how to say it and when to do it. Okay, and that's thanks to Commanding General Yohana, Yahushua, and the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Giving this to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, giving us the understanding of how to live in 2023 after being put in punishment, being given the light on how to get out of this condition. Okay. All right, so we'll drop Job. Let's go to the book of Psalms. Let's go to Psalms chapter 137. Okay, Psalms 137. Let's see what we're talking about. These Negroes trying to get out of this condition we in and remember who we are. Okay. There it is. Okay. And again, you know what I mean? Like this whole thing that I've been talking about is us remembering. I know sometimes remembering hurts. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, an example is, you know, just a basic example of life. You know, you go to school and you get in a fight, or you go to the basketball court, things get out of hand, you get in a fight with this other brothers, you know, and you lose. Man, you don't remember that, John. You don't want to talk about that ever again. You don't want to deal with it. Well, the reason why we lost and the reason why we're on the bottom, the reason why we're in the condition we're in is because we went against our power. It's not like that's your father, your power. It's your father. It's your power. All you got to do is get yourself together. Get in shape. You know what I'm saying? Practice these laws, statutes, and commandments. Get tough. You know what I mean? Get yourself together. And you'll be back on top. But like avoiding what happened is not going to help the situation. Like, 'cause you're not going to be able to get yourself together by saying this, you're not these people. You're not, you know, the slaves. I know there's people in the earth right now that are our people, our brothers and sisters, and they want to go to Egypt and all these other places over there and visit the tombs and this, that, and the third and get knowledge. And they think, you know, they want to think that they were the Egyptians when that's not who you were. That's not your history. Like it's so crazy, like how they want to leave out parts of the story. The Egyptians died. God killed them. But you want to be the Egyptians and not the Hebrew slaves? Like we are jammed up in our minds, man. You want to be the Egyptians, but God hated the Egyptians. He killed them. But he loved the Hebrews and brought them out. Like, what are you doing, man? What are you thinking? I don't understand. Like, we jammed up, man. We're so short. All we want is any piece of something that is great. Give it to me and I'll eat it up and gobble it. I'll eat it. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't great, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is crazy. And that's what we read earlier. Remember the days of old. Remember what your ups and downs. Ups and downs, ups and downs. Like the Hebrews, the people God chose, they're not like this all the way on top just forever. No, they fell, they came up, they fell, they came up, like that's your history. That's who you are. Own it. God darn it. We were not the Egyptians, okay? We were the people in Egypt that built the pyramids. We were the slaves. Just like in America today, you go on any construction site. Listen, you go on any construction site, and the people that are on those construction sites are all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people. We're building these big skyscrapers. Yeah, there's a couple of Edomites there that are overseers. But the majority, I'm telling you, you go on I don't care if it's just a house, a new house in the corner in the ghetto being built. It's Blacks, Hispanics, and we are the slaves. We are the workers. We're the workforce. Just like in Egypt. That is who you are. You need to just own it. You need to this is who I am. Before you can get out of, change your condition, you got to know your condition. You can't walk around the earth saying that you were the Egyptians or you were the pharaohs. I mean, like there was only one pharaoh every 4 or 5, every generation, there was only one pharaoh. There wasn't a million pharaohs in one generation. Black people, wake up. What are we doing? What are we talking about? What are we saying? There was only one pharaoh for every generation. That pharaoh died and another pharaoh came up under him. Everybody's not the pharaohs. Listen, we have to reality. We have to get into reality. The third dimension, reality of the third dimension, okay? We gotta do that. And stop playing, man. Stop pretending. Stop getting high. Okay? Do that for 1 minute, man. Just stop getting high. I don't care if it's on marijuana, crack, or just this society, white power. Stop getting high off of the American dream and get into reality. Okay? So let's read Psalms 137 in verse 1. Okay? And this is what I've been saying. Like, we don't want to remember that, we were the slaves. And this scripture is going to tell you, you were the slaves. You were the people on the bottom. And that's where you're at all over again today. And you can learn from these scriptures, you know what I'm saying, on how to get yourselves together, what you should be doing, how you should be thinking, how you should be conducting yourselves, okay? The book of Psalms, chapter 137, and we're going to read verse 1, okay? By the river of the brook, by the river of Babylon, there we sat down, yet we wept. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. Okay? And I don't see how the heck we're not doing that right now. So this Babylon is the first Babylon, okay? Well, we were trying to build a goddamn tower to the Most High, okay? By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept. We remembered Zion, okay? Remembering, not forgetting, not wanting to address it, but remembering. Everybody else remembers their pain and their glory. The Jewish man, he loves to remember his Holocaust. It's what makes him. We were down. We were on the bottom. And now look at us. We're on top. Because they didn't say, oh, that never happened to us. No, we didn't. No, they said, yeah, that happened to us. And we fought and we struggled to get on top. That's remembering. Negroes don't even want to remember 60 years ago, 50, 70 years ago, 80 years ago, when we were literally being hung on light poles right here up and down the streets of America at random. At any moment in time, a white man will show up to your house with a big giant cross and set it on fire in front of your house and call you out and tell you to come out. Come on out here, nigger. Come on out here. And drag you out of your house, hang you on a tree, burn you alive, and we don't want to remember that? I don't want to remember the family that did that to me. Now all of a sudden I want to be equal and love them? You got to be out of your freaking mind. I'm going to remember. Just like the Jewish people remember the Germans burnt them and did all these things. I'm going to remember. Why would I not? Why should I forget? Why do I have to forget what another people did to my people when nobody else forgets what's done to them? The Chinese man to this day remembers the white Caucasian race dropping nuclear bombs on their country. They remember that. Why do I have to forget that the Caucasian race dragged my forefathers out of their house and hung them on trees and burnt them alive for sport, just for the fun of it, just for the hell of it? And his sons and daughters right now are walking the earth like nothing ever happened, and I have to forget it and act like nothing never happened like they're doing? No. I remember that pain, that anguish is in every fiber of my goddamn melon skin that you see on me. I remember. And I want justice. Now, I know that the Caucasian race is not going to give me justice for what they did to me. So, they are the power on the earth right now. I have to go to a power that is outside of this earth. The power that created the earth, that actually exists. I got to go to that power. Now, the only way that power is going to listen to my pleas and my cries is if I get my act together, get myself together, and serve him the way he wants to be served. And he'll hear me. Then he'll listen to me. Then he will bring justice to my forefathers, the generations of old that I should remember. They deserve justice. If you forgive and forget, your people will never get justice. That's horrible. Like thinking of the hundreds and thousands of maybe millions of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who died recklessly, causelessly, for sport, just so the white man could have something to do. I don't want justice for that. You got to be kidding me, man. I want justice. I want justice for the spirits and the souls, my forefathers, my foremothers. I want justice for them, for the hell they went through. Because our power put us in this position, but he never told Esau to hang us from trees. He never told him to burn us in pots. Our power never told him to tie us to 2 horses and rip us to pieces. The God of the universe never told him to do that. He did that on his own. He did that listening to Satan. So I want justice. I want justice in the 4th dimension justice system, or whatever you want to call it. I want justice, man. I want justice for what happened to my people. Okay? And that's why I keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why, I'm part of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. So my forefathers can actually get justice for what happened to them. Okay? So let's read it again. The book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon, the first Babylon, I'm just throwing that out, putting that, there we sat down. So the first Babylon, just so I make it clear for everybody, is where all nations supposedly came together. Okay? All nations came together. One nation under God, indivisible. That same crap that this Babylon pushes on black people. Like, how can they tell you that, but they don't treat you like that? You don't have the same, laws. The laws that apply to Edomites do not apply to Israelites. Okay? So it's a lie. It's a fairy tale. It's the American dream. Okay? The Edomite and the Israelite are 2 different people. We have 2 different social class statuses and everything. Okay? So that first Babylon is when they tried to do it and the Lord came down and destroyed it. And guess what? He's going to come down and destroy this Babylon. This is the second Babylon. Okay? This is the daughter of Babylon. Okay? The second Babylon. Right here, America. This society, which reaches all over the globe. Okay? Psalms 137, verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remembered Zion, when we remembered who we are, when we remembered what we went through. That's what we should do today, 2023. We should remember who we are, what we went through, what happened to us, okay? We should remember these things and not try to forget it and pretend like it didn't happen, okay? Verse 2. We hung our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required a song, and they that wasted us required us mirth, saying, sing one of those songs of Zion. Listen, I'm going to say this. It may hurt. It may feel bad, but you should remember when 300, 400, 500 years ago, when we came over here on slave ships, this troglodyte, caveman, cave beast, the Edomites, and we were in the worst condition we could possibly be in. Even coming over here on the slave ships, they would pull us out from the cargo area, bring us up to the top in our worst condition. We're in a cargo slave ship, and they would want us to dance and sing and perform for them. And that continued all the way up to right now, today, 2023, they require a song from us. They require entertainment from us, from the lowest to the greatest. If you go to McDonald's and you work at McDonald's and you are destroyed and you live in the ghetto and you know what I mean, it's just horrible. The white man is gonna, you come to work and you looking crazy and you like, he's gonna say, what in the hell is your problem? Smile. What could, it can't be, are you kidding me? You should smile. You got so much to be thankful for. This is what they're gonna tell you. That's the least. The great is Tiger Woods, LeBron James. When LeBron is dribbling the basketball like nobody else on the planet Earth can dribble it, but he stopped for 1 second and like want to say something, the Edomites will tell him to shut the heck up and dribble. Entertain me. Shut your mouth. I don't care about how you feel. You should be happy. So what, your people came over here on slave ships? Dribble the ball. Shut the heck up. Cardi B, same thing. Shut up. You don't have an opinion. Entertain me with that googly boogly bubbly bubbly buck 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 noise that you make. And that's that. Okay? They require a song and entertainment from us in 2023. And we should remember this has been going on from the moment we were put on slave ships. We should remember all of these things. And remembering these things will help you to know who you are, will help you come back to your power, will help you serve your people, will help you love your people. Okay? You cannot forget who you are and be who you are. You're going to be somebody else because you've forgotten who you are. Now, you're just a good old servant or slave. You're not an Israelite. You're not a servant of God. Now, you're a servant of Africans or Arabs by becoming a Muslim. Now, you're a servant of the Edomites by serving the cross that they burnt in your yard and white Jesus. You've forgotten who you are. You're an Israelite. You're part of the 12 tribes of Israel. You're of the bloodline of Christ. That's who you are. That's what you want to remember. That's what you want to be. That's what you want to serve. Okay? That's your history. That's your future. That's your present. Okay? Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, this is where we should be at with it. Okay? And I just thought I would come today and drop that on you and give you a little insight of who you are. That's brotherhood. That's love. Just thought I'd drop a little love on niggas tonight. Drop a little love on Hispanics and Native Indians. Drop a little brotherhood on you and tell you that I love you and you should love yourself and you should love your children, your mother, your father, your aunties, your uncles, your brothers and sisters. And how do you show them you love them? By keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay? That's how you can show them you love them. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. That the power that loves you gave you and chose you to keep and chose you to serve. these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, he didn't choose anybody else. He chose Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians to serve him. And I just thought I would remind you of that in case you forgot, so you can remember who you are and what you're supposed to be doing, who you're supposed to be serving. Okay. All right. And that's it, man. I just wanted to talk to my brothers and sisters tonight, give them a little inspiration, let them know that they can hold their heads up high in this earth in 2023, okay, and be the former slaves of the earth that are going to be the upcoming ruling class of the earth, okay? That's our destiny, but there's something we have to do. There's a thing we got to do, okay, in order to make that happen. So I'm gonna read. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Chapter 3. Okay. Verse 8. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I ain't gonna break it all down, but I'm gonna read from verse 1, okay, through 8, because that's where it's at. I ain't gonna shortchange y'all. Okay. So Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. This is what it says, okay? This is King Solomon breaking it down, just like Yahushua did, just like King David did, just like Jeremiah did, all the prophets, all the, disciples, they all broke it down to the bone gristle. And, we try to do the same thing in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, okay? Break this thing down to the bone gristle and give it to you raw. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. Is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season, a time to every purpose under the heavens. Okay, so what is that saying? That's saying under the heavens is this heaven is the clouds you see in the sky, the firmament. Okay, and there's a season for everything. There's a season to mourn. There's a season to be happy, to rejoice. There's a season to serve, you know what I mean? The Passover. There's a season for everything and every emotion and every feeling. There's a season to remember, man, what you've been through and where you're going, okay? There's a season for everything. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die. That's going to happen. There's a season for it. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And listen, I'm trying to plant right now that Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians are God's chosen people. And there's a thing we got to do. And once that thing starts to grow, there's going to come a time where we can pluck it up and enjoy the harvest, you know what I mean, that we planted, okay? It's lucky, yo. One second. Okay. All right. Verse 3, a time to kill, Most High in Christ, because the Christian church will tell you there is no time to kill. How the hell are you going to get justice if something doesn't die? You know what I'm saying? All right, here's a better question. How can something new emerge in the earth if something old doesn't die? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians cannot become the new rulership of the earth unless the old rulership die. And that's everybody else outside of our family, okay? A time to kill and a time to heal. And we need healing right now. It's time for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to be healed of our trauma, of our, sins. And the only way that healing comes is by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. The Lord said he heals, he wounds, and he makes alive. Okay, we have to serve that power, that God. We are wounded right now. We're living in the ghettos. If you haven't noticed, we live in the ghettos, in the barrios and reservations. We're getting shot down in the streets. We're the bottom of the barrel. We are wounded. We need to be healed. And the only way to get healed is by serving the power of the universe. Okay? A time to break down and a time to build up. It's all here, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord broke us down to the finite. He broke us down to, you know what I mean? He humbled us. But listen, he can build us up again. The God of the universe will build us up again if we serve him as his chosen people, keeping law, statutes, and commandments, okay? Verse 4, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. This is life. This is life in the third God-darn dimensions where Negroes live, where Hispanics and Native Indians live, okay? This ain't no supernatural thing, this Bible. This is reality, the third dimension on earth. It's time to live, time to die, time to dance, time to laugh. It's a time for everything. And right now it's the time for us to come back and serve our God, man, our power, and get out of the condition we're in. Okay? Verse 5, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. Okay? A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. We've embraced everything that this goddamn society gave us. It's a time to refrain from that embracing. It's time to give up on the American dream. It's time to give up on God loves everybody. It's time to give up on, you know what I mean? Pork is the other white meat. We've embraced that and we've been dying. It's time to give up on shrimp, crab, and lobster is a delicacy. We've embraced that and we've continued to die. It's time to refrain from embracing all the garbage that this society has pushed on us, okay? It's that time right now, Black people, Hispanic and Native Indian people. Verse 6, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow. Okay? What time to rend? It's a time to tear ourselves away from this. That rend is tearing away. Let's tear away from the white society. Let's tear away from Christmas. Let's tear away from Thanksgiving. Let's tear away from birthdays. Let's tear away from all the things that this society pushes on us. Let's tear away from Easter. Let's tear away from Valentine's Day. And let's sow. That time to sow, we need to sow ourselves back to these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, okay? We need to tie ourselves back to that, because everything else has been nothing but destruction for us for 500 years. And it's more, but if you just want to be simple and basic and look at the last, what America gives you, 500 years of slavery, it's time to tear away from that. Let's sow ourselves to the power of the universe instead of sowing ourselves to being a good slave like the Edomites have taught us. Be a good slave and die and go to heaven. Well, forget that. I want my heaven right here in the third dimension on earth, on this rock, where this Bible is telling me there's a time for everything. Well, it's a time I want to be on top on the earth. I want to be the ruling class, okay? That time has come, okay? For God's chosen people, okay? Keep reading. A time to keep silent and a time to speak. Oh, freaking we. Okay? So if you don't know, if you ain't in this school, you need to shut your goddamn mouth, okay, and let the men in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge teach you something, okay? And even if you in here, it's a time to speak and it's a time to shut your mouth. You better be listening to the prophets of the Most High, okay? That's telling you how to get yourself out of this condition. Just like Moses told you to put that goddamn blood on that darn doorpost so you won't die. I'm telling you to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments so we can rule the freaking earth again. Okay? It's time to shut your mouth if you're a Christian pastor or if you're in a Christian church or if you're in the Muslim mosque. Shut your mouth if you're a grandma who talking about God loves everybody or mama or daddy, whoever. If you ain't about these laws, statutes, commandments, shut your mouth and listen. Okay? It's that time for you to stop destroying our people and listen. Okay? Verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. That is wonderful to hear, because what we've been taught is that God loves everybody. He doesn't hate. There's no war. All it is love. But this Bible just told me on the planet Earth, there's a time to love. Okay, love is good. That's what I've been trying to give Negroes all night. But at the same time, there's a time to hate. And I'm trying to tell you, you should hate anything and everything that is telling you anything that goes against these laws, statutes, and commandments, okay? A time of war, okay? Right now, we're at war. We've been at war since we went on those cargo slave ships. A nation of people came up against us in an act of war. They put you on cargo slave ships. The Africans who sold you or pointed you out, that was an act of war. The Arabs who built the ships to sell your butt across the Atlantic, that was an act of war. There's a time for war, and we are at war right now. But there's a time of peace. I'm at peace with every Negro who tells me he is, rolling with Christ in these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay? We're going to dwell in peace. We're going to keep the Passover. We're going to keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We're going to keep all the high holy days, and we are going to serve our power in peace. One body. Okay? And that body is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. All right? Most High in Christ, the water, sir. Damn right. Okay? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the class. We'll be back in the building tomorrow night. Okay? And I'll be here. I'm going to give you some more. But for the night, I'm going to go ahead and let you have it. Okay? Enjoy it. Relax. Okay? And right now is the time for a little peace. I'm going to give you a little peace. Relax after this. Watch some television or whatever. Enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? But we'll be here tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're under commanding General Yohana, not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group, okay? And since 69, we've been telling Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that they are the Most High chosen people, okay? And these laws, statutes, and commandments, this brotherhood is real, okay? So with that, salute everybody, salute brothers and then the sisters out, okay? Okay, for the brothers, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Barakathum, okay? For the sisters, Yahweh Shemal, Alathun, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, okay? So y'all be safe, okay? And we'll get with you tomorrow night, right here, same time, same channel, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, Florida, the channel. Like, subscribe, okay? And we'll get Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians together. Okay, so shalom.